What's up, guys? Stoic here, back with another video. So I got something here a little bit different for you today. Some of y'all might think it's a little bit the same, but you know, in spite of the people who hang out on my live streams, and maybe you think you've heard me say this stuff over and over and over again, I don't think it's been organized in this fashion with this kind of a title this way. This is clearing the record. This is setting some things straight. And I've tried to do this maybe once or twice in the past. But I'm going to invoke a little bit of Terry Joel Jr. here. I realized that I wanted to make this video while I was watching one of his latest videos entitled, "They've been in secret competition with you since day one." And that message just really hit home for me. And this video is entitled, "I dealt with haters in my hometown." Okay, because there's been a lot of discussion about this on my channel. You know, some people will chime in on my chat and be like, "You need to get over the fact that you were bullied growing up." A lot of people were bullied growing up. Now, did I ever deal with bullying? Sure. I was very small in middle school. I was very small in elementary school, but, you know, everybody is, for the most part. And I was short in elementary school, but it was most pronounced in middle school. You see, the times that I'm kind of, ruminating on, reminiscing about a lot on this channel, it's not really times where I would consider that I was bullied. And I've tried to address this a few times, and that whole line of rhetoric really doesn't sit well with me. Like, oh, you know, Reformed Stoic is an incel, he was bullied, and he was a nerd and a loser, and, you know, that's what his life was like in high school. It's like, nah, man, that's not really how it was. And people who know me know that that's not how it was. But, I mean, they're more than happy for this narrative to grow. You know what I'm saying? So, I dealt with haters. There's a difference. Big difference. What's the difference between getting bullied and dealing with haters? Well, invoking Terry Joel Jr., they were in secret competition with you since day one. I know all about these people, man. I know all about these people. They've popped up on my channel before. These are people who were my friends, and I really did consider them my friends for a long time. But for the record, when you're in elementary school, when you're in middle school, because a lot of these friendships go back to 5th grade, and they were probably the strongest in middle school and early high school. You're playing video games, you're drinking soda, you're staying up late, you're watching movies, okay? We had really basic, stereotypical little kid friendships, and I treasure those memories, you know? Walking to Blockbuster late at night, getting movies, renting video games, playing hours and hours and hours of Super Smash Bros, Melee, and Conker's Bad Fur Day, and it's those friendships were pretty simple. But you know, when you're getting into high school, when you're going to parties, when it kind of evolves to smoking weed and going out and getting drunk and looking for the party and trying to get laid, things get more complex. And things really got more complex for me because I developed some skills on the drums. Because I started to try making rap music. And ultimately, through and through, I'd say I'm way more about playing drums through and through. I mean, this day and age, I'm more about philosophy and politics and theology and the world and being a thinker and a speaker. But I got a lot of skills, and I'm still popping up in this drumming game. You know, I'm gonna be recording some drums this winter, hopefully, and I'm still kind of doing things in this rap game. I'm still in this rap biz killing. Just like I said in that song, you probably heard it. It's called Sizzlin'. I had some haters, you guys. So this video doesn't really need to be all that much longer. It's just people were jealous of me. And that jealousy deepened and expanded as I went to Berkeley College of Music. And I want to clear the record on something else too. When I'm going off on like some dysfunction in my family, how my drum teacher was a narcissist, it's like I wanted to go to Berkeley, you guys. This narrative that like my parents had an elaborate plan with my drum teacher for Berkeley to ruin my life, that's really not how it was at all. In fact, my parents maybe lightly suggested that I shouldn't have gone there a couple of times, but for the record, guys, it's a small town. Things were just... It looked like I had a ton of potential when I was 18. Nobody really knew how it was going to play out, man. I had no idea how it was going to play out when I went to Berkeley. And first and foremost, it's like not being able to graduate. You know, my parents like cutting the funding 2 years in. That's what really made it evident to me that I probably just should have never gone. But I'm getting to a point where it's like, I think I'm an interesting person. I think my life is unfolded in an interesting way. And, hey man, I'm going to play the cards I got. Like, I'm going to keep going, you know? There's no going back. I'm trying to give people advice on this channel, and it's kind of just time to accept things the way they are, as complicated as they are. And boy, oh boy, God has really painted one heck of a picture in my life. But I just wanted to come here and say to you guys that when it came to like my rap music, okay, because drumming's pretty simple. You're either good or you're not. And you know, I was good, and it's pretty hard for people to say that I wasn't good. And I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but this is kind of the meat of what's going on. My rap music, I did not get a lot of credit for it. A lot of people had this attitude, like, you know, oh, dude, you can't be short and be a rapper. Like 70% of the rappers in the game, let's be real. You know, Big Sean, Mac Miller, rest in peace, Lil Wayne. Like, it's not really all about being tall, guys. Tupac was like 5'8", same height as Tupac. People would play this whole thing with me like I'm not cool enough to be a rapper, and I'm not gonna lie, dude, it took a little bit for my music to start sounding good. And one thing that I really noticed is that I wasn't very consistent. Like, I had songs all the way back to 2012 and even 2011 and before, you know, but I had a couple of songs that go all the way back. I mean, like, Mad Scientist, man, that one goes all the way back to 2010, early in Berkeley. I had some banger songs that I look back on and think, wow, like, that song is good enough to be a song. Like, I'm proud that I made that, you know? I was inconsistent. I'd have a couple of bangers, and then I'd make some, like, cringe songs that I look back on and cringe, and I don't really show to people. So I was pretty inconsistent. I didn't know what it was about my style that was good. I was trying things. I was experimental. Something would work out. And the thing is I wasn't really getting a lot of feedback. I was very insecure about my rap, but I knew that I enjoyed making it. And every now and then I'd come across some people who were like, bro, you're really good and you should keep doing this. But I gotta be honest with you guys, when it came to my hometown, Kodiak, Alaska, I did not get a lot of love. People were very selective with compliments for me. And when I'd kind of try to like show some of what I was doing on Facebook and social media, I'd get no love. People would try to make me feel bad. People would talk shit. And one of my earliest dramas with Kodiak is there is this guy, he had this little group, they made like the Kodiak Rap, like Beside Shack, Near Island, Bell's Flats, I was born and raised in Kodiak, and like everybody in the town was giving them tons of love. And this was like 2012, and you know, my style was still like kind of in the shed, kind of in the shop. I had come out with a couple of pretty cool songs by that point. But I was bitter, and a lot of that was on me. But when I took those couple of shots, it was like people were telling me that I was whack, and I'm jealous because I'm whack. And it's like, look, bro, I'm not saying that I handled all that stuff right? And by the way, that guy actually turned out to be a pretty decent rapper too. I don't know if he's doing anything these days. Ultimately, I'm probably doing more than he is in the grand scheme of things. Not that it's a competition. Last time I checked up on him, it's like he has a good voice and delivery, but his lyrics are cringe auto. No offense. I mean, a little bit of offense, but it's like I was a little bit in the wrong in the way I handled that. But people were firing off at me like, "Oh, nobody supports your music, and you're mad, and it's because you're no good. Like, you suck, and you're whack, and you think you're this and you're that, and you're not." And like, look, I was a little bit out of line, but I listened to some of these songs. If you go to my rap playlist, check out my new songs, but then check out that like Lucid hip hop stuff, okay? That ranges all the way back to like 2012. I'm kind of brain farting on some of the titles. Man, I'm really brain farting on some of the titles. I'll put some in the description, okay? I'll put some of the titles of my really old songs that go all the way back to 2010, 2012 that I look back on. It's like, you know what, dude? This isn't bad. And I'm not embarrassed that I made this. And even the production's pretty solid. Even the production a couple of times was pretty good. But this isn't meant for me to be like, hey, I was actually pretty good at rap back then. It's like, I was decent at rap back then. And I had potential. And just so you guys know, like, what's it like to try to be like a white rapper who's not this like big 6'6" thugging guy who like has a head start on the confidence. I was really insecure about what I was doing. And it was really hard for me to believe in myself. And when you try to like fake it, that's where you get this whole like Malibu's Most Wanted. It's like, yo, people don't realize, man, it's my time. And that's when you become cringe. Like, you have to just really own it as a rapper. And that was very difficult for me to do because people were not building me up. People were not building me up. And people in Kodiak were being petty. Especially when I clashed with that cringe Kodiak Rap, which was not as good as the music that I was making. And people were hating on me, dude. And that was in 2012. And it was ultimately when I moved to Vegas. It started with people really giving me the cold shoulder. But you know, anytime I came back to Kodiak and visited, people were just kind of like making it clear that I wasn't really one of the boys, bro. And people were really making that clear in high school. And I guess this is about the point where I should wrap it up. We're about 13 minutes in. I had haters. And some of the narratives I'm trying to address here, I've already addressed. No, I wasn't bullied. I wasn't like an incel cringe loser who was bullied. I was popular. I went to the parties. I had a lot of people around. And I had a lot of haters around, dude. And yeah, there's low-hanging fruit. Like, dude, you're short and you're bald and you're a wimp and you suck with women. That was low-hanging fruit, dude. Because in reality, I shred the drums and I had some pretty solid potential as a songwriter. And people really didn't want to give me that credit. And it would have made a big difference, bro. If I would have had support when I was younger, that would have made a big difference. That would have given me a lot more confidence. And I would have really, like, grabbed things by the horns and, like, taken way stronger steps forward and been like, okay, I'm a good rapper. Let's do this. Like, let's go for it. And I'm glad that I tried to go for it anyway. And honestly, bro, a big factor in what made my rap step up is after I got fucking Baker's acted and went to the mental hospital, I really used that as like a catalyst to start making some better songs. And yeah, so and then the last thing that I wanted to address is, you know, if there's people from Kodiak coming to my channel and you're hearing this stuff about me like, oh, Jake's unhinged and he's losing his mind and there's clips of him on the internet just yelling at people from Kodiak and making threats. And I remember back on Facebook, he lashed out at a bunch of people for no reason. There's kind of this narrative that I've lashed out at a bunch of people for no reason. I was dealing with haters. And a lot of you didn't see that. Like, right before that Kodiak drama where I made that post that I'm smarter than 80% of you, it's 100%, by the way. Right before I made that post, this chick, Lil Annie, was talking shit to me over ancient aliens, which I don't believe in anymore, okay? But y'all still would have problems with the things I believe in. I don't care, because now the ancient alien shit is going mainstream. And that's going to start being pushed by academia. So, yeah, I believed in something like 10 years ago that you guys are just now starting to think you believe in. So, I was ahead of the curve, man. I was smart. And I was smarter than you. And she pissed me off, okay? And I banned her. And then I was all fumed up over something that she said. And then I guess, once again, look, it's not like I handled everything perfectly, man. I had problems. But what I've always said is you guys could have hit me in my message box and been like, Jake, I don't know what's going on with you. You're lashing out. It looks like you're just lashing out at people for no reason, bro. What's going on with you? We're friends. But nobody from Kodiak did that, bro. Nobody hit me up. You guys all ran right to the gossip. You guys all ran right to the freaking discussions about me on people's walls because I told some people to go screw themselves, man, because I didn't like how people were coming at me. Yeah, I think maybe we were created by ancient aliens, and now I know that we were created in the image of God. So, not aliens. And that's what you guys are going to start believing in now. Because, oh, the CIA is coming out and saying there's aliens. There's not. So that's pretty much it, man. Like, yeah, people who pay a lot of attention to my channel, especially my live streams, I've tried to, like, voice these concerns a couple of times, but this is nice and organized, and it's all wrapped up in this concept about your friends competing with you since day one. And I had some wolves, man. I had some wolves in sheep's clothing in my life. And I gotta tell you, man, when I lashed out on Facebook and, you know, I didn't really handle my business that well and I got canceled, this is what these people had been waiting for years. People wanted to see my demise, and they didn't want people to think that, like, they did it. You know, they just wanted it to look like I self-destructed. It's like, oh, wow, Jake seemed like he was talented and smart, good at the drums and good at rap, and like maybe he was going to go somewhere and he's going to come back to Kodiak and we're all going to give him high fives and he's going to get a hot girlfriend. Oh, no, actually, he just completely lost his mind and went unhinged and told everybody to go screw themselves for no reason, and now he's lost all his friends and burned all his bridges, and oh well. That's what a lot of people wanted, bro. A lot of people have been rubbing their hands together thinking, yeah, man, wow, I was thinking Jake was going to make me look bad, and he burst into flames and got canceled. Well, I'm back, baby. Some of y'all heard I'm back, and I'm on the internet, and I'm talking about things from the past. It's like, dude, you're obsessed with the past, bro. Bro, get over people bullying you, dude. People didn't bully me. I had haters, bro, and there were women who noticed me, and I ain't this, like, little, like, incel nerd loser who got bullied, bro. I was in the world, doing things, turning heads, and I dealt with haters, and my life has been a lot of lessons, man. I've learned a lot of lessons. I've seen some parts of the world that a lot of you guys will never understand, and I'm not cocky, and I'm not arrogant, bro. But, I mean, if you think you're smarter than me, you can debate me on live stream, and, you know, we'll just figure it out. Because I know what I'm about, bro. After years and years and years, I know what I'm about, and I do plan on making more rap. The thing is, I'm not very consistent with it. I keep telling people it's a good place to be when people are like, bro, make more songs, make more rap, dude. I'm kind of just like enjoying that because honestly, guys, you gotta imagine if it was different and it was like I was putting out a freaking mixtape every single day, or I'm gonna go hard, bro. This is my time, and put out a mixtape every week. It's like, okay, Stoic, can we see a few less, like maybe less mixtapes and maybe more videos? I like it when people are asking for music and I'm not making music, because some of those songs from the Lucid hip hop lost tracks, I didn't get any support, bro, and I didn't even think I was good. And I listen to that stuff. It's like, this is pretty cool. This music's kind of ahead of its time. Just like my opinions about Ancient Aliens was ahead of its time. You know what happens to some people who are talented and ahead of their time? They get freaking crushed and smeared by haters in their hometown. So, this is my redemption arc. There's nowhere to go but up for me. And I don't really expect much from life at this point. But I will be making more rap music. I'm still playing the drums. I'm playing the drums better than ever. On some level, I was a little bit hungrier before things went sour for me. So for me, it's just like, hey, like a month of like really hungry 2 hours a day grinding on the drums, and then I'll get back some of those like I'm hungry again chops. But overall, skill wise and everything, like I did keep it improving, and it's not like I'm slacking that hard right now. I'm just not really in overdrive like I used to be when I was younger, but I haven't lost any of my skills, bro, and I'm still in this world. And I dealt with haters, and I want people to know that. And as far as the clips of me on the internet yelling at people, like that's called getting A-logged. Somebody gathered all of my lowlights to try to make me look bad, and I was going through hard times. That was quarantine. I had just gotten like doxxed, and all kinds of weird things were happening to me, man. I'm not even gonna get into all that stuff right now. There's nothing wrong with me, dude. I'm a cool guy. I'm talented. I'm not crazy. And I don't really miss any of those people from Kodiak, bro. And it hurts me to say that because, like, there's a couple of people that I really wanted to think were good friends. But the way everything went down, and the way you guys come at me now, and the way people, like, won't answer my messages on Instagram when I'm trying to be cool, it's like, you know what, dude? Fuck you guys, bro. You're probably all gossiping about me at the bar right now. Well, right now it's 4 in the morning, but I just don't care, man. And I don't want people to think I'm like some tortured, bullied incel who feels sorry for himself. And maybe sometimes it comes off that way, but that's just not how it is, bro. That's not how it is. People in my friend circle were threatened by me, and you tried to rub my insecurities in my face, and you tried to undercut my talents, and it needs to be acknowledged. And at the end of the day, this is my channel, and I can say whatever I want, and I have absolutely no issue saying any of this stuff. It felt good to say it, and it's the truth. So, God bless you, my friends, and you know, if you're somebody from my past, and you want to be a part of my life, just hit me up, dude, because God knows I've tried to hit people up a number of times, and yeah, like, I'm not this, like, horrible villain that people try to make me out to be, bro. I'm not racist. I'm not misogynist. Frankly, there's all kinds of stuff going on with women today, bros. And that goes for, like, black people and everybody. Like, feminism, and it's an issue. Did I really need to say that at the end of this video? Girls, you should find a man that you love and marry him and have his babies and be loyal to him. And, you know, your role as a mother is important. You raise the kids. You take care of the home. You're probably going to still need to have a job. But, hey, you know what? It's way better for those kids to be raised by their mother than by the state, than by a daycare. I mean, hey, you know what? If you're like a career woman and you're a nurse, I knew this guy from a church here that he stays at home with the kids. He's got a master's degree in theology, and he homeschools them. And then she's a doctor, and she makes the money. Like, try to make it work, girls. I'm out here trying to make it work. I want to see women try to make it work. Stop breaking up with your boyfriends after you watch the Barbie movie, okay? Like, there's issues. There's issues with men, too, but there's also issues with women. And I address these issues on my channel. I'm an intellectual. I'm not an unhinged, misogynist, racist, violent person who needs to be watched by the FBI. I'm a good guy. And if you want to figure out who I am, come up in my chat and talk to me. Get on my Discord and debate me on live stream or have a discussion with me. I'm for real, man, and I ain't going away. God bless you, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.